and welcome along to the finale from the second season of this Cliftonville series with me, Daniel. It's part 18 and today we're back for our crowning as champions of the Danske Bank Premiership. We play third place Glenavon, who have already wrapped up European football. Larne missing out again because of that poor run before, and Ballymena United missing out this year too. A side that have done well in previous years and helped the national coefficient. So we're going to have to do well to get back on that next season. But we've got a big summer to come. But first is all about wrapping up the treble. Linfield in 2 weeks' time in the Northern Irish Cup final. The side in second place in the league, of course, our toughest challenges and a professional side. But a chance to us to make it 3 trophies for the season and, of course, have a memorable moment with this club. But then, of course, the summer transfer window and European qualifiers will be the main aim of the latter stages of this summer. So it is going to be absolutely crucial that we're on the ball early because we've got a big summer coming up and we've got lots that we want to achieve. So a big end to the week to come. If you're looking forward to it, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM20 content from this series, Monday to Friday at 4:30 and Saturday and Sunday at 1 PM. As we go and head into our crowning against Glenavon. No real pressure on this one. We've just got ourselves in a lovely position. So we wrapped up the league title. If we have a little look at our recent results, a 3-1 win away at Glentoran did that. McCanday with a brace and Gormley got the goal there. A 2-2 draw away at Coleraine, Hepburn Murphy with both of ours. A 5-1 win at Larne, a late red card, but it was already a Hepburn Murphy hat-trick. Young Connor Crawford and Jason Malumbi with goals. A 7-0 win against third tier Donegal Celtic in the Irish Cup semi. Hepburn Murphy, Malumbi, Ryan Burke, Connor Johnson and Glenn Middleton with one apiece. And young Connor Crawford got himself a couple too. Basically overtaken Gormley now. A 1-1 draw at home to Ballymena. Dylan McCanday got that goal, and then Hepburn Murphy with an early winner against Linfield, who of course we'll be facing later on in this episode as well. But it's all about enjoying this moment. We've got an injury to Kane Wilson, the right back, so McDermott's in for him, and Galbraith is still out with a knock, so it's still Edser and Malumbi with Craig Story on the bench. There's a few that we're looking to move on this summer. We know that Levi Ives is going permanently. We know that there's a few bits of interest for Welsh, that's from Larne. Noah Daly from Larne, he's not going anywhere. McCrudden we're looking to get off the books. And Coleraine looking to sign Sean and Clucas. So it could be a few bits of movement this summer, as again we look to strengthen the squad. Connor McDermott, another one who's wanted. Looks like Larne just want to nick all of our squad. And Dylan McCanday is one of them. He is going absolutely nowhere. They can have some of the backups, but they're not having the first teamers. So into the first game we go. It's the strongest 11 we've got available. So it's Anik in goal, McDermott and Burke the fullbacks with Shotton and Johnson at centre half, Malumbi and Edser in central midfield, McCanday and Middleton on the wings, and Connor Crawford alongside Hepburn Murphy up front. So no pressure on this one. It's all about a performance. Can we give the fans something to cheer about as we take our crowning? We look to make it 97 points and we look to make it an epic memory. And here we go, 4-4-2 and strange squad numbers for our opponents. A few players missing out, but for us we're as strong as we can be. So we're going to encourage the lads, try and keep them in a bit of form. And hopefully after 2 pretty subdued performances, we can just get back into form, score a few goals, have a bit of attacking intent. Ben Anik's out of contract after these 2 games, so we might be looking for a new keeper as well. And at both ends of the pitch, we try to improve. We've scored 104 goals this year, so we have been pretty ruthless most of the time. And Hepburn Murphy wants to wrap up the golden boot, and we try to do so with an early highlight here. As Edser gets it wide to him on the left-hand side. Cuts in his fullback, beats the centre-half as well, shoots from the edge just wide. Russian Hepburn Murphy with a wonderful start, but not able to find the back of the net. A new partner in Connor Crawford, and to be fair, Hepburn Murphy's not going to be staying next year. The club want him to play with higher quality players, and you can understand it from the parent club's point of view. But Dylan McCanday's in at the other end. It's a good save by Tiernan Parker, the former Luton youth player with a good save, the Irishman. And it's behind for a corner, which Middleton takes, headed away to the edge of the box. So I think for Hepburn Murphy, we won't see him after this year. Burke and Edser have rejected extensions. Malumbi we can't afford long term. So it is going to be the end of the road for a few. And it's an arrogant start to this game because Connor Sullivan has given Glenavon the lead. Unmarked from a set piece out wide. And he's just had an easy free header into the corner. It's a bit of a worry because so far that's the only chance we've conceded. But it's a clear-cut one. So we're going to demand more with 20 minutes gone. The last thing we want is to lose in the build-up to the final. Well, half-time, I don't have to do it often here, But I think we're going to throw our toys out the pram. We're going to aggressively ask for some passion. Most of them motivated. McDermott struggling at right back, coming back into the team. And if it goes on much longer, we'll make some changes. Larne held by Coleraine at the moment. Linfield being held by Ballymena. But we are 1-0 down as McCanday gets it right side of the box. Hepburn Murphy, Middleton with a free effort. Oh, he had to do better. Tiernan Parker holds to his right. Really good reactions from him. But he gets it downfield under no real pressure. And with an hour gone, we're trailing 1-0 as Middleton's corner doesn't beat the first man. Finds Jason Malumbi on the edge of the box. Inside to Toby Edser. Chance to get it into Middleton. He's got two men with him. McCanday's one. And his header loops over the keeper. Dylan McCanday, an 18th of the season. He has gone for a goal glut in recent weeks. He's improving personality-wise. Mentally, he's getting stronger. And he is becoming a brilliant footballer. Dylan McCanday spares our blushes. And with an hour gone, it is Cliftonville 1, Glenavon 1. Just over 20 minutes to go. I think we still need to make changes because, let's be honest, it's not been convincing. So at right back, we're going to bring on Welsh for McDermott just to give him a game. Again, might be his last for the club, so we'll see how he does. Dylan McCanday not had the best game despite his goal, so Noah Daly on for him. And in the same up front, young Connor Crawford replaced by Gormley as we look to experience as we try and nick a winner in this one. Form is everything. Momentum is key. We've seen how much morale plays an impact this year. As Edser goes long downfield, Gormley's there and he's in one-on-one thanks to the defensive misjudgment. But he's shot straight at a keeper who tips it behind well. It is still 1-1, but we are pushing at the door now. Middleton delivers, headed away as far as Edser. He'll pick it up 30 yards out. To the left to Hepburn Murphy. Back to Edser again, to Shotton. Shotton picks it up, but he's forced backwards and the highlight ends. 15 to go. It's looking good for Glenavon. They look a decent side, and if they play like this, they'll do quite well in Europe. So we're going to go positive. A few minutes to go. We have dominated, but I don't want to risk throwing the game away. And with 3 minutes stoppage time, I think that's it. It is a 1-1 draw. We're held on the final day of the season. Toby Edser, as he so often does, gets man of the match. But overall, we're disappointed. The lads look fired up, and they're going to need to be better than that against Linfield. The Northern Irish Cup final coming up second, and we have to perform if we want to complete the treble. Fitness test time ahead of the Northern Irish Cup final. The chance for us to turn a double into a treble, and the chance for us to turn history makers into absolute legends. So we've got Ethan Galbraith back and available to be on the substitutes bench, a real strengthening in the midfield areas. Kane Wilson not quite fully fit. And I'm probably not going to gamble on him, to be honest. We might put him on the bench, but I don't think anything more. So it's Cliftonville v Linfield, Ireland's top two this season. And we are very slight favourites as we head to the Oval in front of 8,000 people in Belfast. So we've pretty much got our strongest 11 left, just Wilson as we mentioned. He will go on the bench in place of Ives. And then Ethan Galbraith in place of Story. So we're at our strongest in them areas. Ryan Curran's back from loan, but he's out of contract this month and will leave the club. So aside from that, the same 11. My only question left is it Connor Crawford, who's training brilliantly, who until the last two games was playing very well, or is it Joe Gormley, who's in poorer form, but is the absolute legend who keeps scoring goals? So I tell you what, how many games has he not scored for? 3. So Gormley can come in. It's unfair for the cup final to not play the big dogs. So Joe Gormley in, and that is the one change to the 11. Ethan Galbraith and Kane Wilson back on the bench as we head to face Linfield. Will it be a treble? Will it be history makers? We'll find out in a moment. 4-2-3-1, a full strength Linfield today. A Lavery, Van Overbeek, Kearns, Cooper the front four. Bound to cause us trouble. Jimmy Callagher back in at centre half. Gareth Dean in goal. They've got a really decent side now. So we're going to have to be careful of this because some of these weren't fit when we beat them comfortably before. And now we're going to prove a point, prove that we're winners, get out there and do it. And most of the lads motivated. So into the first half we go. It is Cliftonville v Linfield and it is the Northern Irish Cup final live. 7 minutes on the clock and we're back for what appears to be a Ryan Burke free kick, 30 yards out. Doesn't score many and that one's just whistled over the bar. Really good effort there from Burke. Again, for all of those lone players, the likes of Shotton, Burke, we're looking at Malumbi and Edser and perhaps Middleton and Hepburn Murphy. I got distracted because McCanday scored the goal. It is 1-0 Cliftonville, a back post header, 19 for the season now, and Dylan McCanday is quickly becoming the superstar of the club. Maybe we won't need Hepburn Murphy. But the 6 loanees we mentioned, it may be their final game. Wilson on the bench, the other one I've missed, of course. So it could perhaps be a big change this summer, though I'd like to get 2 or 3 back. We've of course got some out of contract as well, Ben Anick being one, and then a few players that are wanted, such as McDermott, who may be moving on. So this summer could be quite a big overhaul. As Cooper heads just over the bar for Linfield, we've had a little scare, but so far so good in this cup final. We're looking good, but now it's Linfield again. Set pieces. Into the box to Gallagher and Ben Anick. Whenever did you want paper wrists? It's now. He has palmed it into his own net. It's really poor goalkeeping. And it's Cliftonville 1, Linfield 1. 3 trophies is possibly becoming 2. Half time then in the cup final. It is 1-1 at the break. We have had the better of the chances, but Linfield had more of the highlights. More threatening from set pieces. And perhaps just got that cutting edge. Something that we struggle with in the big game still. We've not got as many experienced players. We've not got as many who have won as many trophies. So this is all a bit new to Cliftonville still here, particularly in the last few years. As Dean clears it long, Van Overbeek flicks on, but it's going to be to Burke, to Shotton, into Malumbi, charging past the centre circle, up towards Hepburn Murphy, into Joe Gormley. Good save by Dean, and the experienced player coming into the lineup nearly got us the winner there. And he could have been the hero as Middleton puts the corner in. Punched by the keeper, Lavery away. Van Overbeek gets there and it's now a 2-on-1. But Van Overbeek held up well by Johnson. And that will be it. An hour on the clock and we'll be looking at changes soon. 20 minutes left. Niall Quinn on for Linfield. Scored a beautiful own goal on the opening day if you remember. McDermott's had a shocker again actually. So Kane Wilson on for him. Gormley's had a poor game too. So maybe we do go back to Connor Crawford. And then McCanday's looking nervous, so Noah Daly for him. I think that's the same 3 subs as last time. Obviously the front one being a reverse. But we're going to get back into it, 20 minutes to go. Let's hope we can nick a winger. Fingers crossed. 8 minutes on the clock. Glenn Middleton with a free kick. Noah Daly's brought down in the box. Has to be a penalty kick. Hepburn Murphy is the best penalty taker, I think. Closely followed by Crawford actually. But we're going to stick with Hepburn Murphy. He scored 2 out of 4. And we need him to get past the 50% today. He's got a 12 rating. He should not be missing more than half of his penalties. But here he comes. Hepburn Murphy, and he may well have finished on a perfect note. The winner in the Irish Cup final with 7 minutes to go. And his 34th goal of the season. When he joined here, we said he will win us the title, mark my words. He's won us the title. He's won us the Shield. And now he may well have won us the Irish Cup. As we come into 4 minutes of stoppage time, Crawford crosses the ball. Headed away as far as Malumbi to Edsa. Chance to get it wide to Daly. Into the box to Middleton. And it's 3-1 with an exquisite volley. What a finish. Noah Daly with the assist. And we are looking like superstars again. What a way to go into the summer window. What a way to go into our next European adventure. Champions League qualifying for the first time in the save. And of course a massive moment as we can win the treble. Middleton picks it up on the left. Now we're just putting gloss on it. Middleton goes alone. It nearly hits Crawford on the way through. But as it is, it was wayward. 1 minute of stoppage time remaining. Linfield just looking for it to be over. But where's the defence gone? Ben Anick makes a very good save that time. But where on earth did our defence disappear to? Anick clears it downfield to Middleton. Heads it straight to Van Overbeek. But I think we're going to win this 3-1. We've got to watch out for Lahn's big money spending in the summer. We've got to hope that Linfield improve again just for the sake of the national coefficient, But Daly picks it up on the right. And at the moment, we're just worrying about lifting our 3rd trophy. Edsa gets it wide to Wilson. Can we get a 4th just before the final whistle? It's out for a throw. I think that will be it. And we are about to see the red and white suit again. Out on the right hand side, Kane Wilson takes the throw in. Into Noah Daly. Why we're still playing, I don't know. Crawford's ball in, headed away. And it's a Linfield free kick. But just blow the whistle, ref. No one wants to carry on. There it is. The trophy is lifted by Ben Anick. The skipper on what may be his final appearance. With his 3rd trophy lift of the season. And the manager, look at us beautifully there. The red and white suit clapping away. We are delighted. So let's go and tell the lads we're pleased with the result. A treble is historic. It's fantastic. The board must love it. Lots of money in the bank. Lots of work done. And it is a famous treble for the club. What a fantastic moment to savour. But despite the good news and the club vision looking great, there is not too much time to dwell on this. In around 2 months' time, we'll be starting our Champions League qualifiers. We'll have needed to replace the 5 or 6 out of contract players. The 5 or 6 loanees leaving the club. Richard Brush retiring from a playing role. He's only going to be the director of football. and fending off bids from Larne for all of our best players. Something we're going to have to work on this summer. So it's going to be a big one. Let's have a quick look at the stats just to see who's been our stars this season. We've got everyone back at fitness here, so we should be able to see them all. In terms of average rating, it is Toby Edser top still with 7.64, Rashawn Hepburn-Murphy 7.63, and Middleton 7.59. 3 exceptional roles. 14 assists for Ryan Burke, the left back. Malumbi after coming in. What a brilliant player he's been for us. So many stars, so many great performers. In terms of assists, 5 players in double figures, McMenamin just behind despite being a bit part player. Hepburn-Murphy gets 34 goals in all competitions, finishes the league season with 26 goals and a golden boot, and unfortunately still won't be able to join us again. Aston Villa want them to play with higher quality players, and as a result this may be the end of Hepburn-Murphy. Joe Gormley gets 27, McCanday 19 with a late season burst, and Daly and Middleton reach double figures as well. Larne looking after all of our big players now. And in terms of appearances, there's been so many regulars, but a special mention to Ben Anick, who may leave the club after 54 starts this year, and Connor Johnson reached the 50 mark as well. An incredible summer signing he was, and a wonderful season for Cliftonville Football Club. So if you did enjoy this and are looking forward to the big summer, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know what you think of the historic treble. Of course, we'll be focusing more on Europe next year, trying to get to the group stages in something. It's also the introduction of the Europa Conference as well. So hopefully in 4 rounds, we've just got to avoid losing more than 2 ties. We'll drop into Europa League qualifying. We'll then drop into the Europa Conference qualifying. So we've got 3 chances essentially. Fingers crossed we can take at least 1. Europa Conference group stage football could be a massive turning point in this series, and we've got to get there. And we've got the talent with the right additions. We just need to go professional then. It will change everything moving forward. The bank balance has held up, so if we did manage to get someone in, and we did manage to get into the group stages, we probably could go professional. We probably could improve our facilities. And we could really start to look at improving Northern Ireland, and the Irish League could go with it. I'm really looking forward to that side of it. That's the big challenge from here on in. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow with our transfer special, so I really hope you can come and join me for that. To make sure you don't miss out on any of the action, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. We've got weekly live streams in addition to daily content from this channel, and we'll be starting to announce our FM21 work soon. Of course, we've only got 6 weeks to go now, so 4 or 5 more seasons here, and we'll be getting ready for our new long-term stories. But a massive thank you for following along again. Your support has been incredible on this series. I'm really glad you're enjoying it as much as I am. And I look forward to seeing you next time for a big transfer special before we start all over in Europe again, trying to go a few steps better. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.